Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another fantastic game tonight featuring Zomblers versus Akimbo Esports. I had the pleasure of casting Akimbo last night, and they were looking pretty dangerous. So we'll see what Zomblers can bring to the table. Came down to an Ancient and Mirage choice for Zomblers, and they seem to favor Ancient a decent bit, so I was expecting that one to come through, but in fact we will be finding ourselves on Mirage tonight instead. So we'll see what's crack-lack, and thanks for the shout-outs, boys. Hope you enjoyed the game. Thanks for coming by. Drew. Alright, Drew is an Akimbo player, and Drew is disgusting. Watched him play Mirage yesterday, and that guy is the most solid of B anchors. This man really knows what he's doing on that site. He is the IGL, and the team trusts him over there. Or rather, I got to talk to him after the game last night, and his team does not trust him over there necessarily. He trusts himself there, and in his words, somebody has to play the tough positions, and as the IGL, he leaves that up to himself. So honestly, pretty sick coming out of an IGL to hear some nice words of leadership such as that. But that being said, Zomblers, we have to see what the game plan going in is. If there was anything that looked exploitable yesterday from Akimbo, was that A hold. MCS Gaming, their opponents were able to take quite a few rounds on the A defaults, the A executes. So we'll see if Zomblers, or excuse me, we'll see if Akimbo is doing anything to change that. And we'll see if Zomblers was watching the VODs and noticing any of the same weaknesses. We are still just watching the warm-up. 2 minutes left in this little bitty. Should be done anytime once the team's ready up, and we'll get ourselves into the knife round and side selection. What do you guys think? Who do you think's taking this one? Do we got Zomblers out on top, or is Akimbo gonna be raising the guns like Daniel Radcliffe in that movie, Akimbo? If you didn't know. It's also a fine night for some CS here in Rio de Janeiro. That's not where we are, but if we were there, I bet it'd be a beautiful night for some CS, so we're going to pretend. Baby, Zomblers all the way. We will have to find out. Also, surprise, we'll be joined tonight by my boy, A-Master. We're going to be doing a bit of a duo cast for you guys, so once this knife round is over, we will be getting into this. It's going to be our first duo cast together. Should be a wonderful time. He's a great guy. Very nice. Good vibes all around. As I will take us into the knife round. In case you guys want to see the action. Because it looks like the CTs coming out on top of that one. We come into side selection. It looks like we will be getting the Zomblers starting on CT side. Is that right? Yes, they got to select their side. So Zomblers electing to start on the CT side, and I will see if my boy A-Master is ready. Hello. How's it going? Pistol round already. KMRN getting two. Heiza with two of his own also in a quick extermination of the T side coming out from the CT hold. This A defense rock solid. Taggy with two of his own quick ones though, trying to get back what he can, but position known. Sure to go down, and Cajun coming in to finish it off. Beautiful round from Zomblers to start it off.
well, they're gonna have to see where they can pull with it.
We'll have to see if they can get anything done. It's looking like mostly just Glocks here, and the CT's making that push up through mid. We're seeing that more and more these days, actually, that CT mid aggression. People are finding a lot of success with it, and as it was just the Glocks, it looks like Akimbo not going to be finding anything. Sam with the MP9 to finish off, wants the knife, actually. A bit of BM and Alula, not going to let that happen. Gonna be tossing out Molly, the 1G.
No.
Looking for some money with that MP9, but only going to find some hot toes.
Hey, look, you sometimes you just gotta heat it up, right? You just gotta start it off nice and hot, and then you're ready to go. You gotta soak your feet and make sure that you're nice and relaxed. Now, that was a little bit extra toasty, but you know what? It's gonna be rifles now, and so rolling in here for Akimbo, they got all the AKs they can want. They've got some extra utility in their pocket, and so let's see what they can do with it. And also as well for Zomblers, they got basically everything they could possibly want as well.
Yeah, look again, more CT mid aggression. Same as last round, even though they're pushing into the rifles. And the peek out from Cajun, absolutely disgusting getting that kill. Sam with another one in this rifle round for Akimbo, falling to parts so fast as Sam with a second. Heiza not going to be able to trade out, but that's a 2v4 for Zomblers.
Yeah, Drew able to at least get one, so able to open it up a little bit, but Cajun here is low, so there is some opportunity here if they allow him to go out and be, you know, a bit of the glass cannon, but they have to kind of make something happen here. They're hanging out behind the boxes, trying to be sneaky, a little bit of util coming through, but everything is just basically just smoked off constantly. Sam's gonna be pushing up in here. They do get the tag, but not the kill. Sam's able to come out, but Drew saves the day. At least he's able to grab one. Yeah. But it's now still a 1v3.
And Sam somehow getting hit through the smoke, still coming out of it and getting a kill. I'm sure that's his third on the round. Having a wonderful one here in the third round of the half. The rifle round coming out from Akimbo and not doing much. It's just a lone terrorist stuck in the mid site by himself. Drew, he was absolutely disgusting yesterday, but 22 HP in a dream, not going to happen. Sam with a fourth.
Yeah, Sam I Am is definitely doing fantastic for himself, pulling it up. But we will probably see, I mean, there's a little bit of money here, but definitely just worth, you know, saving it, staying on the pistol, seeing what they could do. 3 of the AKs recovered. And you know, it's still fun, though. Still got an MP9 in the mix, so that's always a good time.
Yeah, 3 AKs, that's certainly going to hurt. And if Akimbo can't find themselves a few kills, even on this half eco round, it's certainly going to hurt because you don't want, in MR12, you really don't want the CT economy to build up as Taggy making his way fast onto the A site out of the Palace position. And we running straight into CT. Looks like the buddy system here. We have 3 terrorists grouped up here in T-Spawn. Flash coming out. Can they get anything off at KMRN? He's here with the AK, gets one, not two. Weezer there to trade it, and the trades for the CTs all here. Heiza and Cajun coming in. This should be an easy retake, but Akimbo is certainly going to enjoy the money off of this plan.
Absolutely. The Tech 9 rounds, you never know how that's going to go, but it seems like they did a fantastic job nonetheless. Then we've still got 2 that went down. So that is rifling money out of the hands and money into their pockets. But, you know, those Tech 9 rounds, they can either go really, really well or, you know, you do a solid round, but it's like a, what's the term that I've been told? It's like 80% of the time, it works 60% of the time.
Yeah, we see the force buy rounds, or at least the half buy rounds, finding a lot more success these days. T-side strats, not what they used to be. There's a little more oomph to them.
Yeah, some of those scrappy rounds can really come out ahead. So it's one of those, you know, do you do it on your own or do you wait until you're forced to do it? You know, there's definitely some meta there that you could do and try it out. But we're going to start it off. People are getting smoked off, but we do have the AWP making its appearance, the Arctic making it into the ring. And so we'll see. It's going to be an op-v-op action, doing op stuff to each other. And, well, maybe not. Sam's going to go ahead and take down Weeds. So unfortunately, that's already gone. Oh, no.
And just nothing getting going for Akimbo on this T side. This Zomblers defense is looking absolutely immaculate right now. And you have to notice, Akimbo was forced to really respect that possible mid aggression. You can tell the conditioning is there. Zomblers has been so aggressive mid. They threw those smokes and flashes, and you could see Akimbo was not willing to push up behind boxes. They had to hold there, and while that happened, while they're waiting, their teammates dying on the A side, leaving it in a 3v5.
Yep, and you know, at least they have the bomb, so that's at least great. Now we do have at least, you know, 2 making their way to the A site, trying to get it. Taggy is able to get the tag, but we'll maybe pop in this corner. Let's wait and see if we can make this happen. Going for the push.
Taggy.
Gets the spray. The upper both are down, so that's going to be fantastic. I don't worry about that anymore, but they still got one coming from behind. That's going to be Cajun grabbing 2. Halen cleans it up, but it's still a 1v2.
Taggy, he was instrumental in the Akimbo win on their T side yesterday on this very map, so good to see him starting off strong again, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be enough as Halen, new addition, seeing if they can get anything done here in the 2v1 would have to be something incredible. That's coming around. The smoke does get one, but not ready for the second in jungle. Heiza there to get the trade, and Zomblers 5-0 to start.
Yeah, these rounds have definitely not lingered on any longer than they absolutely need to, and so now full buys coming up again. See what's possible. We got we at least have, I mean, we got one Galil. I always like to see it come into the play. We still have the op coming back in for the side of Zomblers, so we'll be seeing that again. But we'll see if Sam's gonna have that in his possession for the whole time or not. And we're off to the races. Looks like we're going to have a nice hard and heavy push going towards the back alleys over to B. Potentially. At least that's where they're setting up. There's still always time to swoop back around, but we'll see if they can grab it opener.
Taggy looking for another entry, and he's going to be good for it. As you can see, this guy on their T side, absolutely instrumental, and more mid-respect coming out. That smoke really deterring these Ts from getting this mid-presence down early. And looks like it will be the pinch here. Taggy got that underpass control. Drew from the catwalk going to be able to trade out on the KMRN, and Alula finding one on a Sam. Finally, Akimbo making something happen on this T side from that mid-presence, and it looks like it's going to be a forced save here from Zomblers unless they're willing to risk the retake in the 2v4 with the op.
That would be a bit of a risky play. They do have the rounds to roughly play with that, but at this point, it looks like they're going to go ahead and double up here and hang out. They're going to go ahead and retreat. Cajun making his way around, keeping it clear. But yeah, definitely keeping that AWP in their pocket. It's definitely be worth it in the long run. I mean, they have some okay money, like Cajun has some decent money. But he's the only one that could really do some good buys here. And so they're going to hold it. The bomb's going to detonate. It's going to be going away. They got to retreat, and hopefully everybody lives.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, the CTs could drop one rifle. Not going to be able to afford 2, so you have to imagine there's a save coming out. Unless they're feeling themselves. They are up 5-1, so they might be feeling a little spry, might be feeling like forcing around this op and this M4, and as I'm talking about it, here come the guns. Certainly going to be lacking in utility a little bit, but they are feeling like they are the better team right now, willing to throw down.
Yep, and going a little bit of glass cannony. You know, we got half with Kevlar, so that's okay. But definitely looking good for the side of Akimbo. They've got everything they could possibly want here in their pockets and all the utility that they can want. So they're going to see if they can make use of it and keep down that op no matter where it's going to be. It looks like it's going to be hanging out during the connector. So if they're not careful and they go ahead and push mid, that could be a bad time potentially.
Yeah, and the smoke not down this time, but still the unwillingness to take this mid aggression early. Those first few rounds really having an impression on Akimbo for this entire half, because it looks like they will be going back toward mid again, not meeting the same sort of resistance they have so far. So they must be wondering where the CTs are. But Halen coming through with a flash from Drew, gonna be able to get one. There's the trade from Camro, excuse me, as now the 4v4.
All right, we're going to have a trade here as well. 1-for-1. Weeza and Lula both able, one going down, one getting the kill. And so Lula basically is opening up the site. Everybody's kind of here. We just got to wait for the bomb carrier to make their way in, which they're going to go ahead and do that rotation, but they've got to move in fast because it's still a 3-3. Now, if they watch it, which Taggy really trying to keep his head down, but unfortunately gets it dinked off. So they're going to have to play at a disadvantage here. And they're still going to get it planted, but oh no! Oh, and a 3-piece to end it from Heiza.
Yeah, Zomblers, they changed up the defense a little bit that round. You could see they were not putting up that same resistance mid that they have been all game, really giving it up, letting the terrorists take that space on A. And as you could see, Akimbo, they really weren't sure what to do with the space. They haven't been able to find it all game, and all of a sudden it was just gifted to them. Bomb lagging behind a little bit, getting stuck in those spots, and without any utility left, all they had was a molly and a flash, no smokes to hold off the angles. As you can see, Zomblers coming away with that one.
Yeah, I agree. It's just, you know, they got that unexpected availability, so they used it, but Heiza really just came in clutch there, grabbing all 3 of them. Definitely not what they were expecting here. So, I mean, we're seeing some defaults as we see that, you know, we always have at least 2 going mid. And Akimbo likes to hang out here before they scoot around. They like to wait some time, either, you know, wasting it, letting the smokes die out, whichever. But trying to get some sprays through here. Sam's going to take down Weeza. Taggy looks like he's going to pop this corner with Cajun. So we're going to see potentially a Southern interaction.
Backing off is Taggy, as we're thinking about now what could have been as the smoke does come out from Cajun. The game sense in full effect there. Both players looking like they knew something was afoot. And coming over to Alula, thinking about getting Froggy in this peeking into the op, and Camero not going to miss that one. An absolute sitter, but it looks like it might just be a bait. As Akimbo over here on the B side looking like they're ready for the B hit, but the CTs, they are rotating there onto this one, sending 2, 1 through underpass, 1 coming through market, and this is going to be a B hold 3v3, or 2v3, excuse me, for now until the flank comes in. But all that info from Heiza getting passed on, gets one from behind his Cajun there to trade out. And honestly, Halen wasn't even sure that the shot came from behind. Cajun able to get another, and Zomblers, they are looking unstoppable on this defense, 7-1.
Yeah, their defense is absolutely holding rock hard right now. I mean, they only have, well, we've passed the halfway point by, you know, 2 rounds here, and it doesn't look like it's going to be stopping. So there's got to be something Froggy's got to be done to kind of break up that just absolute ridiculous defense that Zomblers is bringing. And it's not even that they just have ridiculous defenses. I mean, their crosshairs are on point tonight. I mean, really. They're hitting exactly where they need to do, and they're just dinking heads. And Heiza is really doing a lot.
Look at it. Heiza is just an absolute auto turret right now. I don't know if you've ever played Killing Floor, but he's like those little guns you just put in the air, and they just shoot everything. He just isn't missing right now. The guy is going absolutely nuclear. Coming in top frag, 13 kills, top frag in the server, and on that 13 kills, 76% headshot. Man is shooting skulls.
Wow. Yeah, that is some crazy headshot accuracy, and definitely he's done his practicing. Definitely make sure that he does his aim training for sure, because that is some crazy just headshots. Now again, we could be seeing it. It could change a little bit as we go forward, but I don't think it is, because there's another one. So Heiza's coming around. He's gonna grab 2.
Heiza!
And that is what? That is his 3rd.
This man is putting Zomblers on his back right now. I don't even know if it's necessary, but he's saying, give me the controls, let me cook. They're just letting him do whatever he wants. That man pushed underpass, threw out the flash. He knows Taggy has been playing that aggro all game and absolutely punishing it. And even with the info, he pops out of underpass and gets 2 more with 3 Ts sitting mid. It's absolutely insane. I have no idea how he got away with that one.
I have no idea either. I mean, this guy, he's pretty much good for 2, 3 kills around, and that just leaves 4 people on his team to get, what, 2, 3 kills?
Yeah, he's making it easy.
Yeah, I mean, he's just cutting the team in half by himself, which they've got, you know, Akimbo's definitely got to find some kind of potential something to take him down.
Here we do have the trades. Akimbo, for a second, found themselves in a favorable spot, but Heiza just not missing, pops out from that default position, is able to get another, and it looks like this face-off on B is going to determine a lot of the round, but Taggy not looking willing to take it. He knows the AKs are in the hands of the CTs, and with the Galil himself, he is certainly at a loss here in this position. He will be backing out, looking to team up with Drew. And I don't know if you saw the match yesterday, but Drew was absolutely nuts. This man was ripping heads, much like Heiza is doing currently. So if he could have himself around right now, he's only at 4 kills. Mind you, he is the IGL, so fragging not necessarily his responsibility, but when his team needs him, he seems to step up, so let's see if he can do something here.
Yeah, 23 kills is nasty for what he had yesterday, so I'd more than happy if he would just go ahead and turn that on right now to go ahead and grab a couple of these rounds. But, you know, different day, different time, but Heiza's on the prowl, and he is going to pop up here. No, with the headshot again. It's up to Drew. He's going to pop this corner. He gets the taps. He is actually able to take down Heiza, so he's going to open it up to a 1v2. But let's see if he can make something. There's 20 seconds left. He's got to get that bomb planted.
Yeah, only 20 seconds, but I like the way he played it. A little slow, trying to bait out the B rotation, but not going to be ready for Sam. Was hoping he had convinced them that he was taking it toward B, but a 2v3, not going to be able to go the way of Akimbo. And now 10-1. The best they can do is 10-2. I mean, Mirage, it's certainly slightly CT-sided, but it's definitely not this CT-sided.
No, definitely not. I feel like Zomblers took that zombie gene that they had and just cultivated Heiza in a test tube to just be the best, to, you know, just pull the genetics from all the best of the players and just made them into one.
It really does feel like that. And let me ask, if you're Akimbo right now, what do you do?
I mean, I don't know. You might be able to... Oh, there we go. Weeza getting the op in hand. Okay, which is usually pretty good. So that's at least 2. All right. SMG action. I like it. Got to get that fast and dirty.
Well, reckless abandon. I guess that's what you do. Weeza taking matters into his own hands, saying, I'm tired of losing. Gets that kill in Palace onto the op, or picks up the op and hits a beautiful shot on the jungle holder. And bomb was left all the way in T-spawn, so going to be a bit of a journey to get it back. But Cajun, I imagine there's nothing to do in what is now a 1v3 as he does manage to get that spam through the smoke.
There it is.
But Akimbo...
There it is.
Going to be able to pick up a second with Alula finishing it off from that window position.
Man, Heiza at 18 kills. My goodness. We're on the first half.
Yeah, and he's got the damage to show for it, too. This man is not just picking off weak people. He is doing the work.
No. But guess what? We're gonna change it up a little bit. We're gonna change sides. We're gonna switch over. We're gonna rack it, stack it, and try it again. Let's see if their offense is as good as their defense. We'll see what Akimbo can do. They got to shake it off a little bit, maybe a little bit of a timeout, but we'll see what happens if they decide that they need to call that. But this is the pistol. This would be absolutely huge for Akimbo to be able to grab.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see Drew. He is that B anchor. He plays this absolutely to perfection. And I'm wondering if Zomblers did their research and saw that they could exploit that A defense a little bit from Akimbo, who did have a rough time of it yesterday. It looks like he will be able to draw the molly out. Heiza just taking one single Glock shot and trading $600 worth of utility for it. So certainly a good trade, and that is prompting a bit of the rotate from the T's. As you see, they're moving that bomb away from A site as they were prepped to do and moving toward mid to B. So it might be a split coming in.
Yep, a little bit of a fake, a little bit of everything, kind of get them off guard. And so it looks like they're going to do that and going to go ahead and fake it out. And that is exactly what they're trying to do. But they got to call for extra help because they're hearing stuff. They're hearing all this extra loud elephant stomping action. But then look at that. Weeza going to go ahead and start it off first with Cam getting taken down. Weeza trying to do some jiggles, but not enough. Sam grabs 2, both Drew and Weeza.
Drew, I was talking him up, but he falls pretty early, and Akimbo, they cannot afford to just save or back off. They're going to have to go for this 2v4. Can they get anything done? No. Sam with a 3rd, taking the fight on Cat, going for his 4th. Not going to be able to find the taps, but this is certainly going to be a Zomblers round, and going to be going up 11-2 on this one. Akimbo really needed that round and couldn't find it. Going to be tough to come back into this one now.
Yeah, you know, it's not over yet. It's still within that... not necessarily the sweaty zone yet. You know, 12 would be that sweaty zone, but we're going to see a little bit of force up and see what can be done here.
I don't know. I might be sweating a little if I'm Akimbo.
I mean, it's still in the, like, it's real hot, but, you know, when you at least have one buffer round, though, right here. Yes,
you do. And if, as we talked about earlier, we alluded to it, the half buys, the force buys, they are much more potent these days, and you cannot count them out by any means. So if Akimbo can find something here on this defense, they can poise themselves for a comeback, but it does have to start right here.
Absolutely. And so we'll see. See if they push up too far, maybe, where they're getting basically in the same positions where they could just put the barrel right in their ear and just pull the trigger. So we'll see what's possible here. Lula down here at the bottom. They're going to go ahead and try and get that push, but Cajun's going to be too strong. He's almost down. But a 1v1 definitely did not work out too well in that favor.
No, and Alula going to be wanting that fight back. Had an opportunity there with the MP9, but wasn't quite able to find it. The MP9, she can be a cruel mistress. That bullet spray can be a bit tough to control sometimes. We'll have to see what else can get done as Cajun coming in with
Oh,
2.
no.
And now Zomblers in the 5 versus 2. CT is nowhere to be found. A-site free for the taking, and this almost certainly has to be Zomblers going up to 12. Weeza trying to get something done with it. Gonna farm a bit of cash. Only 8 HP left though. Molly at his back. KMRN at his front. Taking him out. Leaving it just to Drew with an MP9 in the 1v4. Able to get 1. Can't get anything else. Just going to be looking to do some damage, you have to imagine. Tap, tap, tap. Bursty with the MP9. Camero going to finish it off. And that is Zomblers going to match point. 10 chances to finish this one off.
Yeah. It's better no late than never. But the only problem is with that force up, it really put a real big drag onto the economy right here for Akimbo. So we do have a FAMAS coming in, but yeah. Okay, 2 FAMASs. There we go. So we got 2 FAMASs and some MP9s. Gonna go ahead and pull it out, see what they can do. Again, like I said, the scrappy buys, it's always always a toss-up. Because some rounds where you're like, yeah, this is never gonna work. It'll do it. So not gonna count them out yet. They're gonna go for the barrel stuffs here. They're gonna see what they can do for that extra damage. Drew's gonna get 1, but Sam, Sam again. This is not good. Down to 2.
And Drew, he even took himself off the B site for this one. He said, let me help you out, but will it be enough? Weeza trying to get something done, makes it close, but Camero finishing it off in absolutely dominant fashion. Zomblers taking this one 13-2. Heiza, 150 ADR on 20 kills, 80% headshot. This man just absolutely Goomba stomped every single person in this lobby.
Yeah, like I said, I feel like they just cultivated him in a test tube and just like built their own, super player. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a 150 ADR in a game.
That is nuts.
At all. Like, he is hitting way above his weight belt.
Yeah, Heiza with a career performance. But thank you for joining me for the cast. It was beautiful to do, and I appreciate you coming by. We could
Absolutely,
do it
Hoops. Thank you so much as well for being here, for helping me witness what kind of crazy shenanigans Heiza just created for us, and it was something to see. Again, I don't think I've ever seen an ADR that high. Just physically being able to see that personally. So that's definitely something to put in the books.
Yeah, as Counter-Strike will tell you in the tips, sometimes your opponent is just having a good day.
That is true. Sometimes, they don't even have to have a good day. It could just be not the day that it needs to be for you. So, I mean, whichever way it goes, it could be either or. But yes, sir. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I'll let you go back to you.
Okay. Thank you, A-Master, for coming by. It was wonderful to cast with such a beautiful man. And to the lovely people that came out to watch, thanks for coming. It was a bit of a quick one tonight. 13-2 doesn't happen often, and again, Heiza, we can't say his name enough. 150 ADR on 20 kills with 80% headshot. That guy was a machine. And I mean, think about it. Most of those kills came on the CT side, right? Their T half was not many rounds. You get your headshots on the T side because you have the AK. 80% headshot on mostly an M4, like, it can't be understated. That is disgusting. Okay, disgusting. That man was double dinking everybody. But again, I'm Hoops. Follow me on Twitter at HoopsWillCast if you want to find some more CS matches. Be casting the rest of the season, possibly a few tournaments here and there. So thank you everybody for coming. It was a good game, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Smooches.